We are back again with another video. This is Robert Greene talking about your superpower. So let's just start.
We have this emptiness. We don't know what to fill it with. And because of that emptiness, we have to fill it with something. And if we don't know what to fill it with, we're just going to consume as a way to kind of deal with that empty feeling, to numb ourselves. It's very difficult to be a human being. Let's start at a very basic level, going back to our earliest ancestry. So unlike animals, we are not programmed. Now, animals aren't completely programmed, that's a myth, but they're much more programmed than we are by their instincts. So a leopard doesn't wake up in the morning and go, what am I going to do today? Am I going to hunt this animal or that animal? No, I think it's kind of cloudy. No, they don't. They don't have that choice. We do. And that's what makes us aimless. That's what makes us wake up in the morning and go, man, what am I going to do? So what that means, what that translates into is the human being has emptiness, has a hole inside of ourselves, a hole that we need to fill in some way because we have incredibly active minds. The brain, if you break it down, as I said earlier, we should be fetishizing it. If you study the brain in a larger sense, it's absolutely astounding. The powers that it has, the amount of neural pathways that connect, the complexity of it, and the activeness of it. I meditate every morning, and as I try and still my mind, whoa, thoughts are coming like this. You can't believe how active your mind is. You're just not aware of it. But we have this emptiness. We don't know what to fill it with. This mind is active. We're not programmed. We don't know what to do. And because of that emptiness, we have to fill it with something. We're restless. And if we don't know what to fill it with, we're just going to consume as a way to kind of deal with that empty feeling, as you say, to numb ourselves. We're going to eat. We're going to watch movies. We're going to binge watch. We're going to get addicted to porn because it's filling that emptiness. It's taking that active mind and it's numbing it. And it's like, it seems satisfying because we don't have to deal with these other things. So you have to be aware that you have this emptiness inside of you. Everybody does. I have it. Everyone does. But my life, the way I go, and I don't mean to put the focus continually on me, is I wake up every morning now because I've reached this position and I want you to have this privilege that I have. I'm not saying that I feel so great. I want you to have it. I have this feeling. I wake up in the morning. I know what I have to accomplish. I know what my goals are. I know what I have to do that particular day. I know what I have to do that particular week. These are the things that I can do to fill that emptiness, to program, to give myself a purpose, to have that North Star that you're talking about. And yes, within those parameters, I can waste some time reading about the Lakers on LakersGround.net, it's a website that I lurk in, or I can read articles that have nothing to do with my life, I can waste time, but I have a general parameter. I don't have that gnawing emptiness that has to be continually filled by consuming. So be aware that your mind is so active that you have to have something to fill it. But it's your choice whether you're just going to consume mindless stuff or you're going to actually use that restless, active brain of yours and put it to some incredible function.
How do they figure out what incredible function to put it to?
Well, that's the $1 million question, and that's why I wrote my 5th book, Mastery. So I have a chapter 1 in Mastery called Discover Your Life's Task. And it's not easy, and I don't have like a formula for it, but I kind of lay out the process that could lead you to it. If you're 22 or younger, then it's pretty clear what you have to do, and it's not so difficult. If you're 29, 30, it gets more complicated. If you're 40, it's very difficult. If you're 50, it's almost impossible. So the younger you go through this process, the better. And what it entails is figuring out what makes you unique in life. And I don't mean like total weirdness unique. I don't mean that you have to be like some flamboyant rock star, etc., etc. It can be what makes you unique as an entrepreneur, as a business person, what makes you unique as a social individual, as somebody who likes to interact with people, what makes you unique in any endeavor, right? going into looking at your childhood and being honest with yourself and saying, I'm mentioning this thing now that I'm 22, but it's not really me. It's what my parents want me to be interested in. It's not really me because it's what other peers think is cool right now. It's not really me because of blah, 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 blah. What is really me? Okay? So you got to peel away these layers and you got to come at. So when you were born, I liken to it, a seed is planted. That seed is your uniqueness because A, your DNA has never existed in the history of the universe and never will exist again. Okay, it's impossible. It's so unique. B, your parents are not like any other parents, and they're going to raise you in a way that's different from any other parenting couple history. C, you're going to have early experiences that are not like anybody else. That is unique. That is you. That is what separates you from the 100 billion. I narrowed it down how many humans have lived in the, because I had it in one of my chapters. I think it's 100 billion, somewhere around that, 110 billion.
Whoa.
Ever. This is what separates me from Homo sapiens. Let's draw that line. Who have ever lived before, okay? And it's real. It exists. And it's not like a single thing. It's not like, oh, I was meant to be a fireman. Oh, I was meant to be a politician. It's vaguer than that. It has to do with things that attract you, whether it's sports and your body, whether it's mathematics or music, or whether it's words and literature, or whether it's social things, or whether it's building a house, carpentry, or building a business, etc. What is it that excites me? What is it that I'm drawn towards? What I call your primal inclinations. Going through that process and figuring out, digging up that seed and figuring out what it is should be the most exciting process in your life. Because if you do it, all the stuff that we're talking about, all the bad circumstances of the world, everything you're facing, you will reverse that power. You will discover your superpower. You will be motivated. You will find the energy, right? You will know what to ignore. It's not worth my time to be watching this podcast or reading this book. It's not worth my time to be wasting my energy doing this, that, or the other. I know what I want, okay? When you're 21 or 22, man, you can go, if you figure that out, it doesn't have to be so specific. It just has to be, this is the general direction I want in my life. These are the people that I want to end up being like, even though I'm going to be myself within those parameters. Then the world will open up for you and you'll have a little bit of that radar that will guide you through life. If you're 30 years old, it's different. In the 30 years old, you go through the thing of, where did I go wrong? Because you wouldn't be going through this process unless you went wrong. If you were going right, then you can ignore everything. Most likely, where did I go wrong? Why am I in this shit job? Why am I unhappy? Why am I drinking? Why am I addicted to this, that, or the other thing? My frustration, my unhappiness is speaking to me. It's telling me something. It's telling me that I took a wrong turn. All right, now go back and figure out where you took the wrong turn and what it was, how you can perhaps correct your path.
So we've come to the end of this video. I mean, it's great. I have the mastery book. I think, wait, let me try and find it. Yeah, here you go. So this is my copy of the mastery book. I'm done with it. So you see, it's somewhere else, and it's even dirty and rusty. And if you can see, it's all marked. It's all marked. It's all marked. I'm not lying when I say I finished my books. Can you see? So I'm done with it. And yeah, this was a good video, like discovering your superpower or your superpower. So I mean, I think you should read the mastery book. It's very good for mentorship and mentee and mentorship relationship, and how to find your life task, as he said. So without further to say, that's what I'll say. Adios amigos, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Bye.